Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who do well. Peace and salutations to the Akim doing the work in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. All right, this is the Gms Miami Herald's camp. Coming at you with a whole nother lesson. All right, and we're just going to talk about current events, man. In regards to what's going on with these Edomites being in an uproar about their rights being taken away from them. All right, and how the government, the so-called government, is being divided amongst itself. So if anybody's got any precepts, you can go ahead and bring it out.
Kind of like the brother said. We just go into some current events, certain things that's happening. All right, that's Esau's losing his kingdom. All right, he's being made bare. All right, his kingdom is being divided. All right, he's moving closer to World War III. Okay, he's increasing his technocracy system. Okay, for the purpose of the MOTB. But what you said? You got something?
Yeah, I got a precept real quick. There's a book of Mark chapter 3 verse 25, and it says, "And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot be stand." And right now, what we're seeing and we're looking at the current state of the house of Esau is complete division. It's complete division. For example, what you're seeing happen in Minnesota. He was an Edomite. You would have thought he had, that white privilege. He was kicking the cars and everything. And guess what? He got gunned down. Right. And you got some Edomites that were for it and happy that happened, but you got others that's also in an uproar. Right. So you see where it's going to.
Right. Yes, it's not just it's hitting that, but it's also going to the top. You have these different, these Democrats and Republicans. All right, they're not necessarily in agreement with what's going on with the ICE raids and things like that. They're looking to impeach Kristi Noem, which is head of Homeland Security or some shit like that. You also got, people trying to impeach Trump. So, there's definitely division amongst these heads in the government and also amongst these low-level Edomites as well, man.
There's even division amongst the elites.
Yep.
So, I got one, Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Right. Like this prophecy is manifesting, it's coming to pass. So you see the modern day Egyptians fighting against each other. Right. All right, they can't agree. Right. All right, because they have different opinions, Yeah. Different opinions and how their government should be run. All right. So they're against each other. They're coming against each other. Right. So it's beautiful exciting times that we're in.
Right. That makes me think of as well the situation with Greenland. How Trump he recently just had his speech on the World Economic Forum, and you got NATO divided over what's going on with Greenland, right? Because Greenland is really governed by Denmark, and Denmark is a part of NATO. And we understand that leads to prophecy as well, how the beast shall hate the horde. Yeah, so there's America is singling itself out, and they're noticing too as well how Trump is coming down heavy with the sanctions and all that. So it's all playing a part for prophecy to be fulfilled, right? Because America, ultimate destruction, all right. That's what awaits America, ultimate destruction. But there's definitely a division that's going on right now in the house of Esau. This real quick, Amos chapter 3 verse 3, can two walk together except they be agreed? Okay, and we understand that America is the revived Roman Empire, and when you look at ancient Rome and how it fell, all right, there was a lot of division too in Rome towards the end, which is the scripture says nothing new under the sun. So just how Rome fell, America is gonna fall by looking at those pieces of bread that the Lord is showing us, and not just that as well. You also had the Grammys that happened this Sunday, and brothers was talking about how the ice stuff is going on, and you see a lot of these celebrities, a lot of these Edomites with a tag called Ice Out. So even the rich and famous, the Hollywood superstars, they're also part of that division. So and there's gonna be civil war that's eventually gonna erupt in the streets of Babylon, man.
I got something real quick.
That's not you.
Because I put in ChatGPT, I said, I put Isaiah 19:2, and it says, can you compare it to the state of America right now? It says, yeah, as a comparison, Isaiah 19:2 lines up uncomfortably well with what America feels like right now. And it says, where the comparisons fit, it says, brother against brother, social and cultural fracture. America is united around this. America isn't united around a shared story anymore. Families split over politics, values, even basic facts. Disagreements aren't just debates; they're personal. That's very Isaiah 19 energy. Conflict moving from public to intimate spaces, city against city, regional and ideological divides, urban versus rural, red states versus blue states, coastals versus heartland, different Americas operating by different moral frameworks, often talking past each other. And number 3, it says political polarization as identity. In Isaiah 19, division is a symptom of deeper instability, not the root cause. Same here, politics have become a substitute for meaning, morality, and belonging, which makes every disagreement feel existential. And it says internal weakness, external enemies. Isaiah's warning is basically a divided nation doesn't need an invader; it collapses from within. And that's what you see happening in America right now. Just the division and how these people can't come together. You know how the state of the country is collapsing.
Yep. I got some. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, and it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he has a short time." And that's right, man. And we seen that now, man. We start coming down, with great wrath because he know he on a short time. Seeing what he's doing with ICE, that's just preparing your mind for what martial law. He's already getting your mind fixated on, not the military, but the law enforcement going into your cities, taking people up. Okay, and like the brother said, we just saw that Edomite that just got picked up, and that and that other Edomite woman that got shot too. So there's already a tone of how this devil is trying to move, man. He's throwing your constitutional rights out the window, all right, and he's bringing those, draconian laws, man.
Alright, so circling back to the division, all right, because that ICE thing, that's division in itself. Okay, you got certain people that's for people to stay, since they're already working, putting forth some type of productivity or towards America, helping America. You got those people that believe that should stay, and you got those people that believe they should get the fuck out. Which Esau, this is Esau. I gotta remember, this is stolen land anyway. So, but going back to that sedition, it's the 2 Corinthians 15 and 18. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall they stand in their power." And it's gonna get worse, all right? As people are in a sense, saying fuck Trump's, fuck who's ruling, fuck basically fuck the whole system, all right? But it's gonna get worse in a sense where where we have all out civil war, all right? Because a lot of people already have these disagreements, all right, stirred in their minds and in their body, all right, which eventually, all right, is gonna get worse, all right? People are really gonna be going out or protesting more, going against the left wing versus the right wing, and so-called blacks versus so-called whites, as you see prophecy play out. Because like what the brothers read from ChatGPT, all right, America is already falling within. Okay, there's a lot of things that gotta happen before, all right, America physically gets crashed down, and these certain things like sedition and division is part of it. All right, we also got the dollar is going to collapse and things like that. But seeing the condition of the people show you the condition of the country.
And not to mention too, you had a lot of these so-called Americans, man. They took that jab, and it's coming out that these jabs are having a mental effect on these people. Remember that movie, The Kingsman?
Right.
When they played by Samuel L. Jackson, the bad guy. I guess he pressed the button and it caused everybody to just go fucking mad crazy against each other. And that's
the frequency.
Yeah, the frequency. So the frequency is definitely changing here in Babylon, man. And You know, and the fact that these people feel like they're losing their rights, that's just going to drive them, you know, especially the pure red-blooded American.
Yeah.
You know, they feel like they're losing their country, you know, and, you know, me personally, you Americans, y'all should be fighting already tooth and nail to keep your country, but,
Yeah. It's so stupid.
yeah. And, you know, these things take
And
time.
Yep. When you're gonna wait last minute, but you're already gonna be broken. He's already gonna have his troops in position.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's already too late.
Yep.
You know. But like you said, we have the information age. Esau's being exposed.
Yep.
You know, even everybody knowing that the 1948ers are the problem.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a beautiful point that you said that too, because I seen on social media, they're basically saying, the JJs wanted Trump to bomb Iran, and they basically told Trump, if you don't bomb Iran, we're gonna release the Epstein files.
I heard that too.
To where
It could be possible.
Trump didn't bomb Iran. I don't know how true it is, but I just, you know, I've been seeing it on social media, and due to the fact that Trump didn't do it, they dropped the files.
Yeah, because Trump, he wants to go down in history as being the president that stopped all these different wars, but these damn small hatters don't want wars to be stopped.
It's not prophecy.
Right.
It's not gonna heal Babylon.
Right. It's conflicting, man, you know. So he has to do what these smart, you know, they pretty much, they run Babylon, man, but you got them red-blooded Americans that's not down with that fucking agenda, man.
Yeah. And they also know, you know, they understand that World War III was gonna be the demise, you know. So his mindset is also to, you know, keep it from happening. But it's not up to you.
Right.
You're gonna press the damn button. It don't matter what you wanna do.
Right. Exactly. The Lord will put that spirit on you. I had a precept. Ain't really our precept? Right. That's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, starting at verse 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken, also that they may look on their nakedness. You know, that happened, you know, with us. It says in verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Now you got to drink. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right, and that's exactly what's going on now. Now Esau's starting to feel what we've been feeling this whole time. You know, you're getting what you built up. You know, what it took several hundred years to build up is being torn down within a matter of a couple of years, man.
What you took pride in, as in your racism and Edomite supremacy. All right, now you're trying to hide it because it's shame. Right. It's shameful.
Shameful.
That's why in the last couple of years they've been bringing down the Confederate statues. All right, because you know, a lot of history and understanding started coming out upon those Confederate generals and stuff like that. So that's shameful spewing upon their glory. You know?
Yeah, critical race theory.
This is also their glory also shows that, you know, pinpoint that they are the Edomites.
You know, the Edomites.
You know, even with the Teddy Roosevelt, you know, the statue.
Indian and Jake behind.
Yes, no tribe and southern tribe. So,
and that was, to me, that was very. I mean, if you can't peak that, you know, after you know, what's that scripture that said, I've seen the service slaves upon horses, right? And then when you see that statue, it makes perfect sense, man. You know, this is the Lord, man. You know, but you know, pretty soon, you know, starting right now, because you know we're currently in the time of Jacob's trouble, right? Because Jacob's the one that's being persecuted. Like a lot of this shit, you know, you're not seeing these things happen in the Edomite, you know, neighborhoods or what they call that, the suburbs and shit. You know, this predominantly happened when Jake resides, man.
They just end TBS they're about to end TBS for so-called Haitians tomorrow.
In Ohio, yeah. And they're getting ready, you know, to rush that shit. So you're going to see a lot of these damn Haitians being put in facilities that they already own, you know, got established already.
Yeah, no, a lot of businesses are shutting down too. Like a lot of like warehouses and like stores like Amazon, like those warehouses, they shut them down. But you already know what they're shutting them down for. Put them from concentration camps, man. And ultimately, you know, I was talking to War about this earlier. You know, they went at the Northern Tribe first. They're rounding up Northern Tribe.
and the majority of you Judites was talking shit.
Yep. And now they're going after Levite, right?
They
They're going after Benjamin too, because there was a Benjamin individual. He was from Trinidad. He got sent to Jamaica. He said, "Bro, I'm not." He said, "I'm not even from Jamaica." So all that's left is what? It's the head.
That's pretty much what they're really doing all this to get Judah too.
Yeah,
But they're already.
but also, that was strategic
Yep.
Yeah.
in their mind, because if Judah moved ahead, everybody else gonna follow. So you try to,
Wiggle his way
wiggle
through.
away there and get Judah while he sleep.
Judah not expecting they
That's
gonna
like
find
something-
this.
Yeah, because Judah believes I'm an African American. He believes he's a citizen.
I done paid my dues.
Right? But you was an Israelite, and Esau hates you.
He's still a nigga.
All right, you still a nigga.
And
What Kanye say? You a nigga, you still a nigga in the Benz.
Yeah. From the paraphrasing.
with that too, because they got Judah. They don't got him, but they got him because remember that National Guard. They put the National Guard in the hood for a reason. And these hoods and these places stop the resistance.
Yeah, because Judah is gonna go crazy, especially when he was reading Second Ezra because of lack of bread.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you touch Judah.
That's how you get niggas. Splat their stomach.
Right.
It's all tribes by their stomach. That's how you gonna have them fucking, tap, bend the knee in a sense. You did mention, brother did bring Habakkuk too. So Esau, the Most High is making Esau bear.
And bear.
So you can read Jeremiah 49 and all right, go straight to the point. 10. But I have made Esau bear. Esau is the so-called white man. All right, Esau's Edom. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. He is spoiled. I mean, it's like his seed is spoiled, and his brother and his neighbors, and he is not. So Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is exposing Esau on all levels, all Edomites. All right, to the elites, to 1948ers, all right, to your American Edomites, to your European Edomites. Most High is exposing you. All right, the Epstein file, just how nasty and wicked you are. All right, that you are the border of wickedness. All right.
They have that word here that you.
So it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful times to see, this person that betrayed to be about God and about justice and about world peace, but really, he was anti all that. He was opposite. He was a freak. He's a freak off. He's the devil. All right. He's a blood sucking vampire. He's the reason that the earth is mourning. All right. That the people are mourning.
Right. We don't understand now that he's the problem.
He's the fucking cancer of the earth.
Right.
All
Like,
nations
Esau
are
likes to
still
point
understanding.
fingers all the time.
Yeah.
So that's where the division comes in. But we know now that's where the core problem is this fucking devil. That's why you got to get taken out.
Yeah.
Like you brought up Greenland, right? And right now you got America trying to leave NATO. Okay, Trump wants to do this thing called the border peace. Okay, and he wants to just not even deal with NATO no more.
Right, yeah.
You know what that's all about.
Come on, buddy. How that makes any sense, bro? You don't hold that right at the beast.
So it's going to be just, hey, you're on your own now.
Right?
Yeah.
But the precept that says what the beast shall hate the whore.
Right.
I got it.
Yeah.
Revelations.
So we see these things move up at a rapid pace, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of shit's changing very fast.
Which means that the MOTB, and over the weekend while this whole Grammy shit was going on, all this fucking bullshit going on,
Distraction.
you had, fucking gold and silver take a hit. You know what I'm saying to you? So the dollar, the value of the dollar is going down. You know what I'm saying? All these different things happening. These fucking so-called Americans are not even taking notice, man. They're all caught up in bullshit.
And that's a beautiful point that you made too, with the dollar going down, because you got NFL players. There was two of them. I know Odell Beckham was one of them. There was another one, and they were saying $100 million is not enough to live.
Not, especially if you're a superstar and you got these fucking mansions and shit.
Yeah.
We have a lot of houses, a lot of people that's dependent on them.
Yeah, their cars,
And the whole thing is to you get rich, they give you money, you make the team more richer, but you at the end of the ladder of your career you're poor.
You're done.
If you don't invest in,
Invest
if
in,
you
yeah.
as soon as as Jake don't have economy literacy or in a
You don't
sense.
understand how they come.
So once you get the money, you just I'm gonna get a big house. I'm gonna get my mom a big house. Instead of doing that, you just live small and make businesses. You know. And then by the time 6-7 years, you can start living how you're living because you have money circulating.
Right, if you're
Right.
smart, you do
You're
that.
smart, but a lot of them just go get a big house. They get their own big house. Then they get their mom a big house.
Right.
Then they get a fucking $500,000 car to $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have nothing.
Yeah, jewelry too.
Because jewelry, and then
women.
on top of it, you don't get all that money. They get it's a tax on it.
Right. And then you
Whatever
gotta pay
it is.
dues
You
too.
gotta pay your dues. Then you gotta pay your managers. Then you gotta pay your lawyers.
And
So
then
they didn't take consideration of all that.
right.
But that's the curses.
That's a curse.
Poor that you come in, poor that you
You
go
go
out.
out, right?
Instead of making
Every black artist, actor, football player, towards the end of their life, they always fucking die poor. Michael Jackson, Prince, Red Fox, a couple other people. You know what I'm
MC
saying?
Hammer.
MC Hammer.
This is boxer name. What's his name again?
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they all, and then on top of that, this cracker giving you money that has no fucking value, bro. $6 million when the dollar's now worth, instead of it being worth the full dollars, like worth 33 cents or some shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying to you? So even if they give you a $6 million contract, it's like them paying you $120,000 a year, dog.
Yeah, because that same 600 million, it don't hit how it used to hit
No,
5 years ago,
no.
or 10 years ago.
So Jake really getting played, man. You know what I'm saying to you? It's all about bread and circus, man.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, if this nigga paying you millions, this man gotta be making billions and trillions, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is why they want to fucking stop messing with. They want America's economy to fucking crash, so that way they can introduce the whole digital currency.
Mm-hmm.
To where they can now start making more money by charging all different types of interest, and not only that too, also control the people. That's another thing too, man. Like, this devil, he's getting ready to put that mark out, man. That shit's coming soon.
It's it's to control.
Control, bro.
Control.
Look,
He's gonna be able to see every transaction.
Yep.
You know how Jake could do like a side gig, all right, and there's no taxes on it. He like give you cash or whatever, or send it to you a Zelle, and he don't want that anymore. He wants to know where all the money is going.
no money under the table.
One under the table.
I got an article. And I was going into U.S. dollar, and I searched up on Google. It said the U.S. dollar value constantly fluctuate with its purchasing power generally declining over the long term due to inflation. In a specific period like the early 2025, and it said that the dollar has lost over 95% of its purchasing power
Yes.
since 1925.
95%. So if 100% is $1, that means your dollar's worth 5 cents, bro.
5%,
It might be
their purchasing power is not the same.
not the same no more, bro.
And we don't notice that us coming up, when we used to get money,
You go to the store.
We go to the store.
$1 get you a lot in the store back then.
One bag of chips with a soda,
$1 you had 4 chips.
And the dollar was
50
really an
cents.
IOU. Like, I should have been able to take my dollar to the bank and say, yo, let me get my value in gold.
Gold and silver.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And the gold right now is way much more. So, the American people, they're getting fucking ripped off right now.
Mm-hmm. Look at groceries.
Ridiculous. bro.
$100 back then to fill your whole house up.
Yeah.
$100.
2 weeks.
$100 now.
Probably a day or two.
Yeah.
I remember, bro.
stuff.
In the 90s, man, when I used to work at Winn-Dixie back in 98, 99. I remember $100 would get you a whole cart. I'm talking about the whole basket.
Yeah, full.
Full. $100 can't even get you. You know that little front part where you just put down.
Yeah,
That's
and shit.
that's $100, dog.
You go buy some meat.
Many people ain't asking no questions.
They
And
ain't
like
going to food.
it's the same amount of food that you're buying. So what's happening?
It's happening, bro.
These people so stupid. American people are so stupid. Just okay, whatever. They're just sheep.
Right. As long as they can go ahead and have that entertainment, you know what I'm saying to you, and they can have their drugs and shit. That shit. They ain't worried about what's going on in the world, man.
No.
That's why it says that all this shit. When they say peace and safety, they start setting a special phone because they're not expecting that shit, bro.
Right, that's really what you're seeing is basically Babylon crumbling slowly, not even slowly, but
Very quickly.
quickly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
I got a quick one. It's Jeremiah 51 verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for our judgment reaching unto heaven and lifted up even to the skies. All right, and the reason why these things happen is because the Lord's ultimately is judging Babylon, aka America. All right, that's why he's seen the downfall of this whole country. All right, Trump came in with that whole facade that he's gonna put America first. What's the thing?
Make America great again.
Make America, make America great again. All right, but you see, it's just still going downhill. All right, because make America great again is not written within the scriptures.
Yeah. America's gonna be destroyed in 1 hour.
Right.
You know, shit, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do. You're not gonna be able to add more life to Babylon.
Right.
All right.
And the spirit is gone, like brother saying. The patriotism is gone.
Yeah.
The music is ass. The music is going down there.
Trash.
The mirth is gone.
Check out that.
You know what I'm saying? Everything about Babylon is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, brother, read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 11. It says, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And you see that because that spirit of I'm proud to be American, that's gone. You know,
Nobody's
people
saying that.
people used to get mad at people for sitting down during the Pledge of Allegiance. You don't see that going on no more.
Right.
You know, showing you that the patriotism, the mirth, just America is finished. This place is finished.
Right.
It's literally what's the word I'm looking for?
Circling the drain.
Yeah, circling the drain. It's literally circling the drain.
CTD.
What's that? Isaiah
Overdue.
We have another quick one.
24.
Go ahead, brother, bring it up.
Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, and the number of his months are with thee, with the Most High. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
He has expiration date.
Yeah. Yeah. You had a come in date, you came in power, and now you have like a brother say, an expiration date, and we're coming close to the expiration date.
Yes, sir.
You know, this year makes the 250 years
Yep.
for America. So hopefully, you know, Lord we get the fuck out of here very soon.
Very soon.
So Donald Trump, you know, do your damn thing.
Come on, nigga. You got 3 more years in this shit. Let's fuck this shit up, bro.
Fuck it up.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 24. This was part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written, and this is the writing that was written, many tekel phrasing. This is the interpretation of the many. The Most High have numbered that kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balance and are found wanting. You know, and just how, you know, they was messing with CERN and they got that message back, many tekel or many. You know, Esau's kingdom has an expiration date, has bounds that it cannot pass. He's gonna try whatever he can do to see if he could have America push on, but you know, the word of the Lord is faithful and true, man.
And he knows this too. This is why he's building bunkers in the whole country outside of America. Because if you knew you was gonna win, why are you building these underground bunkers?
Because they know they're not.
They know they're not. You
They
know,
think-
but they're gonna try to, you know, them fucking devils. The Samson.
The Simpsons?
It's called the Samson. I tell you this is, you remember the story of Samson. Towards the end, what did he do? He destroyed himself and the heathens too. And this is what, you know, they're thinking about doing. If they was to ever fail, or if they feel like their enterprise is not going to work out. Let me see here.
Take everybody out with them?
He's a sword user.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point in their mind. Is if I'm able to chip, the Israelites, what's the point of Yahushua coming back?
Right.
That's their mindset.
Right.
Like, all right.
It's called the Samson option, which is Israel's deterrent strategy of massive retaliation with nuclear weapons as a last resort against a country whose military has invaded or destroyed much of Israel. Okay, so pretty much what they want to do, man, is like, yo, man, if we go down, everybody else is going. That means if America, if you feel like you want to come up against us, we're gonna shoot nukes on you, and we just gonna go all out. You know what I'm saying to you? So
bang.
Yeah. So they know that they're not gonna win this thing. Esau got this thing called Project Looking Glass where, he's put information in. They did this. It's a whole, brothers, if you get a chance, look into it. You know what I'm saying to you. And he's seen his outcome. Every outcome that he tries to put into the system, it shows that he loses.
Yeah, that's what you got with discern. That's why you got that response.
Right? You know
That's
what
why
I'm
you got
saying?
that response.
He knows that he ain't got no, but he's gonna definitely do his damnedest to try to go against it. You know what I'm saying to you? And these are the times that we're in now. We're seeing Esau trying to fight or vie for power, man, and it's not gonna work, man. He's gonna go down with the flames, bro. You brothers got precept?
Yeah, I got one real quick. Daniel. Here we go. Daniel chapter 2, verse 21. I'll start verse 20. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. He changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him." So it's really up to the Lord on who he decides to set up. And the Lord deals with nations of people coming into power and kingdoms. All right, so just how the Lord set up Babylon, right? The Lord is gonna take away Babylon from its position of power.
That's right.
But the beauty of it is that after Babylon gets destroyed, all right, it's not gonna be Moab, it's not gonna be the Chinese, it's not gonna be Russia that's gonna absorb America. Right? It's gonna be Yahushua that's when he comes on this earth and he cracks those clouds, cracks the sky and the firmament. All right, he's gonna establish his throne on this earth. So it's all the Lord's will. Okay, what we're seeing is a transition of a wicked kingdom transitioning into a righteous one, which is gonna be ruled by the nation of Israel from our Lord and Savior Yahushua. Okay, so it's really up to the Lord. It's all the Lord's will.
That's right. I had a precept. 2 Corinthians 6 and 6. It says, "Then I considered these things, and all they were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they all shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, and when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt, and the heel and the hand." Other question, Esdras, ask thou not. So, we all know we're at the end of the world. So it's apparent that Esau is the one that's in rulership. And if he's at the end, if he's the one ruling at the end, that means the next people to rule is going to be Yasha'Allah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then this is what, we should be very excited, this because the Lord says in, I think, Joel 3 and 2, it says that, he's doing these things for the controversy of Zion. All this is being done for our sakes, Akim. Even though, these nations got beef with each other, and, they're all on the world's theater, going against each other, but ultimately it's for us. Scripture says, "I know thy poverty, but thou art rich." You know what I'm saying? But, the Lord got it, man. We just need to keep doing what we're doing, keep pushing this truth out, and Lord willing, we receive salvation, because we don't know, but we hope to be a part of the hopeful elect. You know what I'm saying to you? So,
This is the Lord's movie, and he's directing it. The hopeful elect, we just doing what we got to do to fulfill our salvation, man, and get on those ships. Okay, and we got a front row seat ticket to the destruction of Babylon, and this is a beautiful moment that we live in, because we're seeing Esau, Edom, the devil, all right, the damn devil, the Bible, in real time going down, getting his power stripping away from him, becoming bare, his kingdom collapsing, the division going on. Okay, and it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai.
You guys on? You're on?
Yeah, so this is Job 5 and verse 12, and it says, "He disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise." That's right, man. The Lord's gonna disappoint Esau when he trying to come down with his NWO, trying to think that he's gonna put a chip in everybody. But the Lord's, what Lord got you in the trick bag, man. He's only allowing you to get to a certain level. Then once you reach that level, that's it, man.
right.
Okay, he's coming back to take you out of power.
That's right. That's right.
I got something in the back I could come real quick. This is the book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see the things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. You know, we're living in very exciting times. We're living in prophetic times where prophecy, we've been living in prophetic times, but prophecy is speaking on an all-time high. You know, we're seeing so much prophecies come to pass and so much things, you know, play out. You know, throughout the Yabashim Al-Shai, walk all along the Yabashim Al-Shai. You know, we're able to see these things. You know, the men before us desired to see these things and weren't able to. You know, we're able to see them.
I had a precept to back up Kukan too, but you back from the back you up. 2 Corinthians 13 and 22, it says, whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that are dead. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we're seeing, you know, the downfall of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has blessed us to be able to, you know, see with our own eyes. You know, the only thing that we have to do is just continue to do what we've been doing, man. Going out in the highways and byways, doing our lessons, learning the breakdowns, you know, reading scriptures, being brotherly towards one another. And Lord willing, man, we get to see all these things go down and be in them chariots with Yahweh Shai, man.
Come on, bro. Shit. Oh, man, I want to back you up. Backing up why, which back me up. This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy,
Spirit.
and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right.
All right, we understand all these nations are our enemies, but who's the number one enemy that hated us since the womb? All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, and this is the same nation of people that our Lord Yahweh Shai, when he walked this earth, was in power. All right, in ancient Rome. Okay, because of how wicked that kingdom was. All right, now we're seeing in real time Esau, Edom, his enterprise come to naught. All right, because this devil, he wants everybody chipped.
Yeah.
Because he wants to extend his rulership.
Right.
He knows that his rulership is over, but he wants to re-extend the rulership through the financial system, which the Lord is only going to let him allow him to get to a certain length until its nukes start flying. And then Yahweh Shah is going to come return. All right, but these nations of the smithereens deliver the elect in the midst of World War III when all that shit is going down. And looking at the times that we're in, this prophetic times, we are very close. What's going on in the Middle East, all right, what's going on right now with the consolidation of resources that Trump is trying to do with Venezuela, Greenland, all right, there's the times of war, all right, but it's the Lord that's putting the spirit on these kings and the earth to go into that war to ultimately for Yahweh Shah to return and get his glory. So so we can get redeemed, get up out of this damn hell that we're in.
The scripture say the Lord is mustering the host to the battle. And that's what we seen the Lord is making his moves.
That's right. In Proverbs, I believe it's 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. And you see how, you know, even with these rulers, look at Trump. Look how he's moving. You know, Trump thinking that he's making America great again, but he's just moving to the tune of prophecy.
Right.
Everything that he's doing is bringing us closer to going home. If you want to get out of NATO, okay, go for it. The water.
Yeah, that's prophecy.
Continue to fulfill the prophecy. Continue to do what you got to do, because no matter what you do, you think that you're trying to slow down the fall of America, but everything you do is really just speeding up the process.
That's what it is.
That's right.
Yes. Anything?
I had one, but I wanted to get it in the NLT. Psalms 49 and 11.
I got a quick one while you're looking for it. Job 20:5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So, hey, time is ticking, my boy.
That's it. Bring it.
Just short.
Short.
250 years is but a moment.
Hey, man, that was a quick one.
2 days and a half. No, that's not. That's like
Half.
2 hours to the Most High. Because of thousands, so that's 250. That's a couple of what?
A quarter.
That's like a quarter of the day.
Quarter of a day.
Like what?
Because one day of the Lord is
You
like
said 2.5 hours?
So, because
That's what I'm thinking.
Is that saying a quarter?
A quarter of a day of 24 hours in a day. A quarter of 24. 4 hours.
What is it? One day of the Lord is like 1,000 years.
1,000 years, right?
So you got like 250, then 250, that's 500.
500. Okay. See?
okay.
No, 500. That's half a day. Yeah, but 250 is a quarter. You know. So yeah, man. We're almost out of here, man.
Right.
Real quick, Psalms 49:11 says, "Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being an honor abideth not, he is like the beasts that perish. This their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. Like sheep they are laid in the grave, death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume their grave from their dwelling." You know, and that's pretty much it, man. Yahabash and Yahushai, you know, he's gonna disappoint the craftiness of the wicked man, and whatever it is that he tries to do, it's not gonna go to pass. So if you brothers don't have any more precepts, we can pretty much close it out.
You good? Close out. You know.
Alright, so Lord was lesson is edifying. Okay, with that, we doing to give all praise and all glory to
Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash.
double honor to our apostles, elders, great millstone that taught us the truth. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akims. With that, we want to say Shalom.
Shalom.